You are not handing over your video.
You say no, not handing over.
Oh, we actually not. Before we walk out,
I practical. Emma, that means
to the plan.
that's when you do us it.
Oh, Emma, it's true. Emma, it's a conflict. I have to do another one. As we enter our car. So let's see. Bye. Okay.
Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Jamila. I talk faith, self-love, and any other thing in between. So in this video, I'm just going to be talking you guys through how I got my job from overseas in the UK while I was away. So now, every story has a context, so have that at the back of your mind that I'm not going to tell you everything, but just know that every story has a context, and I'm going to try as much as I can to be honest with you guys so that you can understand where I'm coming from and pick the lessons you can pick, yeah, that's it. So I used I don't know if it's I won't call it an app, or it's it's called Track. I'm going to put the link down below for you guys. It's called Track, so that's how I was able to get my job. Most jobs listed on Track are usually healthcare jobs, but what many people don't know is that you can actually get support services jobs, so jobs that support those in those who are clinical, so to speak. So you have administrative jobs, you have public relations, you have finance, different things, just support services. Yeah, and with that support services you can get jobs in healthcare as I did, or as I have right now. So now another thing, so when I filled in my application, by the way, I filled a lot, got some interviews, did not pass until I eventually got the one I got. Hooray! But now I need to understand something. So by the time you start filling your form on Track for certain jobs and certain roles, there's always this drop down of your immigration status. Now I said I got my job while I was away, which is true, but what I didn't mention earlier was that I had a dependent visa. So my husband was already in the UK, so I was his dependent, and my visa was valid. Just that I had to return back after maternity because we had not decided on how to move forward. So I was using my dependent visa, which is dependent on my husband, who was already in the UK at the time. I used his own. I was dependent, so I was applying as a dependent. So it's as good as saying I was even inside the UK to apply. So it didn't really matter. They knew I was not in the country, but I continued and proceeded with my application. So yeah, so that was how I was able to get the job. So it's very important that you make your research. As I always say, there's nothing that reading and trying to understand things doesn't do for you. Once you're able to research properly, learn what to do, how to do, you're going to kind of I won't say breeze through. It just makes you better informed to make decisions that will be good for you and probably in the long run good for your family as well. So yes, so I put in the application, had my interviews, had several ones while I was still working. And again, that's another thing, I was still working in Nigeria while I was doing all this. And as I said, we had not decided because I was working in the federal government, parastatal A as you would call it. So I was working in the industrial training fund. Yeah, I have a habit of not talking about where I work when I'm working. Yeah, so I worked in the industrial training fund, a very good place to work. Yeah, nice people. Yeah, and then so those were the decisions we had to make before I decided to apply for this job. So again, as I said, you apply on Track, you fill in your immigration status. Again, sometimes it depends on the role you want to take up, to know if you're going to be given the job or not. And another thing I want you to know is that probably for those who are already here, if you can also get jobs on Track, there are certain roles that get sponsorship. So it doesn't necessarily have to be healthcare doesn't necessarily have to be clinical. You're able to get certain roles and certain jobs. I don't know if this has been detailed enough, but if there are any questions you want me to answer, just leave a comment below, and I would definitely get back to you. So what I'm saying is, you can try as much as you can to apply for jobs even while you're away. Again, context, even while you're away. Begin, because of the role you're applying, they can also bring you in themselves from overseas. So yeah, I hope this video has been able to help you make that decision. All right guys, let's see you people next time. Bye bye.